Cheers,
What
boys.
the fuck?
What is going
on with all these little bitch ass creators nowadays, huh? Are you fucking kidding me?
We are gonna be talking about this. I got an entire. This is just for this conversation, boys.
Dude, load up because we're about to get into some shit. All right.
I made a dirty martini for this dirty occasion, like whatever you call this dirty business.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. Ladies Man is here. What's going on, Ladies Man? Yeah, man. I pledged to him too.
Yeah, dude, I picked it twice.
Welcome to the boat. This is the boat. We're gonna fucking rape and pillage on this thing in a second. So let's get this thing moving. All right. So,
Debt Raider.
As we all know, Rob Hunter decided to delete his accounts, and he's been a little bitch crying about his campaign not making enough. Which at 32,000, I don't know how the fuck you're not saying that's enough. For me, what I do to make my books, that's 6 fucking books right out the gate I could create with 32,000.
Well, let's start off by talking about what this is all about. Death Raider, the comic book Death Raider.
Ladies Man says, did he have hurricane damage? I had 2 feet of water in my house, and I'm West Coast Florida. Well,
hey, I tell you what. That's my fence. This is Hurricane Harvey, and I still published a book.
How about them apples? Now check this out. He had a hurricane take place, right? But according to the time frame on his account, before he deleted it like a little bitch, I'm going to be saying that a lot tonight. We got little bitches left and right.
We got to start from the beginning on this thing, man.
We will,
because... And I've got it shared if you want to like pull up my screen.
He did have hurricane damage, but he was already complaining about not making bank on this thing like he thought he would 2 weeks prior to the hurricane damage that he posted on his account.
But that hurricane damage, wasn't that just like a fence that blew over into his pool?
Yes.
Or something like that. I remember seeing those pictures, and I didn't see any damage to the house.
Oh,
maybe there was, but he didn't show it. He just showed his fence was blown out.
Well, look,
like that. Yeah, it looked like that.
Peter, your fence. How you doing though? You okay?
No, I'm alive.
Oh, Stanley, you're doing okay though, right? Yeah. You put out a book.
No. I'm going to be collecting donations. If anybody wants to stop me $32,000,
you got to sell. You got to. We're not buying any more books. We're buying your salary here. That's what crowdfunding is. It's so that we can pay you to make the book. We're not getting the book.
I am not even going to announce my book that I am going to do. I'm not even going to announce it until I get at least $74,000 to fix my fence.
The fuck is this? How the fuck this is how we used to joke when he would go off on Twitter. It was like, what was the joke? Fucking $30,000. How am I supposed to live off of $30,000? I can't quit my day job. I can't quit. I quit what I'm doing to make this book for you. For you.
You don't understand.
People, let's go.
In 2021, I came out with my first issue of Cobalt. I was a fucking customer service manager, okay, at Walmart, and I came out with a fucking.
That was loud.
I don't want to hear a goddamn thing from little Rob fucking Hunter, okay? I want my fucking book. You either give me my book or you give me a refund. You don't be a little bitch and run away with the money.
So. Years ago, back in the year 20, it ended. 21. The campaign ended. Was it 21?
21.
21. We get this cover for this book that Rob Hunter's doing, and this cover blew me away, man. Like he was showing the black and whites of it, the grayscales, and I was blown away by it, and was like, hell yeah, man! I got to see where's it at? Because he's got some cool stuff on here. It's this right here. This image right here. Come on, scroller. Dude, what the hell's up with my computer?
Guess what?
God.
I'll tell you right now, that was the only. No, the covers are the only thing that sold me on this book because I thought the art was shit.
Oh, we didn't. Okay, that was when we started looking at the art. When he finally started posting the artwork, we started looking at it. Where the hell did that cover go? Now oh my God, dude!
Ladies Man says I found you guys from the comments on YouTube. Plus, EBS and Shane talked about it a bit. Yeah, well. We've got a lot more to say than they do because we've actually
been dealing with this for a minute.
We've actually been drinking.
Yeah, we tried to keep quiet. We were trying to give Rob some leeway, it's first time crowdfund. There's a lot of things that happen.
As loud as Peter is, he is the actual one that actually thinks things out before we actually execute on shit. Because I was ready to go back on this thing way before he even deleted his accounts and left. I was ready to tear into Rob right after we got into my fucking DMs. And we're going to get into that later, too. Because me and Rob, we had a little back and forth, and we're going, oh, my God.
Well, I was actually just kind of like, no, I know he's whatever, but no. But then I read that his response to you on Twitter blew me away. I couldn't believe the audacity to say something like that.
Oh, and we're going to go through them. What up,
then
Edwin?
The DMs going, man? Was something else, man. So this piece of artwork right here, I was like, holy shit, if the book looks like this, I am 100% in, man. Like, yeah, okay, it's Iron Man meets Wolverine meets Ghost Rider. Yeah. But there's some cool sci-fi shit in the back. We started getting some of the interiors, and I mean, we got like Brett Booth cover here. There's a lot of good looking stuff on this. And then we started seeing some of the actual work. Where's some of the interiors here? Pulling it down. Okay, this is one of the first ones, I guess. This looks all right.
On the interiors, I wasn't. I don't like how it looks. I don't like the shading. I don't like the lines. It all looks 3D asset.
It was compared to,
or what do you call it? Traced.
Okay, now that's the other thing, because I was like, okay, this looks pretty good. Like maybe he's tracing some faces or something. But then we started seeing, okay, like this right here. Oh, I might have to share the whole. Okay, good. Here we go. So this right here. Lettering? Well, first of all, the lettering is like, what the fuck? Okay, it's a double page spread, I guess. This doesn't look like what I was expecting, but okay. So it's like all this jumble of words. We start looking at it going, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
And then Death Raider can barely make it out against the blue. All right, this isn't looking that great. This looks okay, but it's easier to spot with the black and whites before the line work. This is the one right here that really set it off right here.
Oh yeah, because that's the one I responded to when he posted it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so who? Okay, first of all, who says WTF? Nobody. If you're gonna have a word bubble, you say, "What the fuck?" You don't have WTF. Maybe I don't unless it's like a miniature expression or something over somebody's head.
I sure shit wouldn't say WTF. That's like 2002 kid talk.
This ain't normal, boss. We can't even tell who did what did this, and then this right here. If I catch whatever did this, I swear I'll rip those mofos apart. We got real FCKSs doing some shit around here. Okay, so we're not saying fuck. Is that it? Because now we got mofos.
Always missing is
real to put apostrophe or whatever, a hashtag there or something.
Yeah, the asterisks.
Yeah, because that is okay. And then also maybe some bold lettering, and then off the comms. What the hell is going on here, dude? This doesn't look like a spoken word because the font is weird.
Not only that, it should have had more like effect around it, like, an explosion, lettering bubble, or something like that. Something with more color to make it sound more, alert, dynamic, exclamated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is just fucking like
and that actually would not have been a hard thing to fix. Like if you've got your word bubbles drawn in, which this is overlays, so it's all moot point anyway. They could have just thrown another overlay over that middle bubble that comprises some kind of action bubble that fits the font or something. Easy fix would take 30 seconds.
I would have changed the font completely, made it bigger. I would have just something, because even the little lines around the word bubbles, the tails, everything is just off, dude. This is somebody who doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
That red part, it's also not, I forget what that's called, but the vertical balance is not right. It's too high up. I'm blind and I can see that from here.
Now, some people think that this like having the words pop off like that works. I think they should at least be outlined in white or something. Or
yeah, exactly. You should have something. I can't read it.
Yeah, you can't read it.
And it says comms.
We're noticing some of the artwork. Where was that other page that we were just like, what? Okay, right here. This is the one. So this right here. Okay, I'm seeing some photographic reference here. Obviously, these
definitely
photograph. But then if you look at like the doodles on the page, which we did, and they're bad. Again with the lettering, like these are like I don't know, like stick figure dude. They're not even like properly hatched out. There's no, I don't know. This is clearly a photograph. It's not even sketched. It's just
not only that. You use fucking orbs in that panel.
Oh, I fucking hate orbs. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Thanks for bringing that to my attention.
You're welcome.
So we're just like.
He says, what? I have Jimmy Reyes Dragon Rage book. Wonder if I'll get Death Raider. You probably won't. I'm going to call it right now. You won't.
I don't think it's coming, man. And we were like kind of calling
it. Looks like Microsoft Paint. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's it. Dude, that's a good point. It doesn't even look like you could do a better job with like cell phones. You know,
you could do a better job with like free PixArt or probably even like Sheets, Google Sheets.
All right.
Yeah. And I get that he put a lot of like shading or whatever. I don't know what the filter he used for these backgrounds. It looks like we're starting to see like I'm assuming 3D assets with filters. It doesn't look like he put a whole lot of effort into it. Maybe took this dude's face and then drew some big muscles that don't quite work. But not to shit on the artwork too much because that's not even the major problem here. It's not what the cover sells, but you know what? The cover was like, whatever. The cover is the cover. More of this photo referencing stuff. Again, I don't hate photo referencing or tracing a photo. But now I'm seeing like some 3D assets. I'm not sure what all this shit is in the background.
I tell you what. I don't like picking on the art because it's not terrible. I don't have big issues, although you're nitpicking the right thing. I will say that prior page, the first one we looked at with the weird font thing, way gray tone.
The font thing,
the one with that red, that one right there. Look at how zoom out of it, and look how there's like no contrast. There's no high end.
Very dark and muddy.
The bubbles. It is. It's dark and muddy.
And even with that, you'd think the words could pop out a little bit more, but
they still don't.
Nah. So since we're on this page, let's do this chronologically.
Yeah. Let's do this
chronologically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm going to share my shit right now. Then. So let me present my little pieces that I got going.
All right. So we're looking at this one day, critiquing it, going, "What the hell? He's ruining his artwork." With this like shitty lettering, I could do a better job, and I'm not a letterist, and I could do a better job than this. I charge $5 a page. You know, I know that's like lettering. I don't even know what letterists charge, $10, $15.
Right.
But I know I could get like $5 a page. I'd give him at least $5 a page worth. But that's me with YouTube. I could YouTube it, and with like my cell phone, I could do a better job than this.
Yeah.
With the proper file formats and everything.
Oh, no doubt.
But
I agree.
All right.
Okay, so then it's like, well, what the hell? Who's his letterist? Who's his colorist? What's going on with this artwork? You got it. Yeah, black.
I'm trying to get my window open. It's not wanting to open. Hang on.
Ladies Man 727 says Black Flag 5 years. Yeah, well, this is a much greater problem that we're going to discuss here in a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah, we're just scratching the surface on this one.
Rob Hunter is the latest in people who got in way over their heads, didn't want to get help, or maybe they're stubborn, or I don't know what the hell. There are always solutions to problems, people.
There we go.
And even Rob's complaints here, when we get there, it's like, dude, come on, that's a stupid.
All right.
That is a stupid thing to say. So. Regarding this page, go for it.
All right, so we see this page here, and he posted it up on X, right? So I quoted his tweet, and all I said was, because I was looking at the lettering at this point, and that's when I was like, I'm fucking done with this book. You're going to tell me that you're a veteran of 30 years. I don't know if that means that you were in the military or if you were actually in like the mainstream as doing comics or whatever. But this is where it starts with me and Raw. I put, where's Eric Weathers when you desperately need him? Now, I don't want to say that was gunfire, but that could have been taken as gunfire, I guess.
I took it as like, no shit. Yeah, bro, where's Eric Weathers? Get whoever you got on this, get him out of there and get Eric Weathers in on this shit.
CG Kings, and they're helping promote you this shit. You'd think they'd give you a leg up and be like, hey, I'll letter your book for such and such.
Yeah,
So,
the guy's got access to this Comicsgate Kings. Like, what name the price you want to pay, and you can, and you'll find they got somebody for you.
Yeah, you see everybody out the wazoo hiring Mike Barron to edit their books. I mean, God, Eric Weathers, he's like known to be lettering everybody's books in this realm now. I mean, come on.
And there's a couple of up-and-comers that are doing a pretty good job as well that I'm hearing about.
Not fucking mathing, okay?
He doesn't want to spend any money on it.
And then, you're damn right he didn't. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
He didn't want to spend any time learning how to do it.
This was a windfall for him. He wanted to, what is that? He wanted this to be like just this big windfall moment of money, and any expenditures that were coming out of this, that's all a loss to him. So he didn't want to invest in it.
So this is his response to me.
He didn't even care about this book.
He was like 26,000 after 18 months. No budget for Eric. Could have DM'd me instead of trying to insult me, bro. You insulted yourself. Okay.
Yeah, that was
26,000 after 18 months.
That's a bad look.
Nobody would be bitching in my corner.
Yeah, man, we just talked about that other book that made $2,000, and they're still selling. He's still handing them out.
No shit. Yeah, guess what? I put out my book with only $5,000 made on my fulfillment.
And you didn't draw it, or you wrote it. You didn't draw it, or edit it, or
I didn't draw it. I
letter it, or
I put so much money into it, and yet this fucker's over here drawing his own art, doing his own lettering. 26 grand's not enough for me. Help me make 50K so I can become full-time doing this and everything. Fuck you.
Yeah, this was bitch-made post right here. And Jake, can you just DM me instead? You don't have to insult me in public. You're gonna make me look bad.
I'm just taking my sweet precious time with this because I got all night to bitch.
So then you did post, you did message him then.
Oh, I messaged him. Hang on. So this is what I wrote. This is what I wrote back when he said that. As you can see, his post is no longer there because he deleted his account like a pussy. Okay? So I put, I'm just saying, because I had lettering and grammar issues on my first issue, might behoove you to ask for lettering, maybe an editor too, because I don't know if he has an editor or not. But I gave him Beard Leland, who edited my second book. So I was like,
good job.
I'm throwing ideas at you, trying to help you get it out. You're trying to keep your money, but you're going to have to put a little change in there because you want to be as good as you want. No, you're saying I'm going to give you dog shit for 50K.
Yeah, and this was a pretty honest, fair thing to respond with, in my opinion. This isn't you going like, hey, jackass, I'm just trying to help you. He knows that it looks like shit. Yeah. But if he's trying to show off with his artwork, he's expecting people to pay his salary for 3 years, then he needs to put the effort and make it worth that, right? That's why nobody backed it, especially when he started putting out the pages.
Oh, hang on. Let me read some more of the chat. Ladies and men, says happy soon Father's Day to everybody.
Yeah,
thank you. Much. Appreciate that.
Happy
I support
Father's Day.
Kelsey's Scribbles campaign too. That's fine. Support Kelsey. He's awesome.
Yeah, but the thing about Scribbles didn't fulfill yet either. I don't know if it's ever going to fulfill. But I can't imagine Kelsey running off with the money.
No, he's been in this community way too long just to run off.
And he's not dead. Don't believe what you hear. I've heard that Kelsey died fucking 20 times now. He's not dead.
Dromonoids? Yeah, I know about that one too. All right, so Vin says, Jake, the difference is he wanted to live off the campaign funds instead of using them to put it into the book.
Yep.
Yeah, he's considering expenses like his monthly electric bill and rent and everything. He's considering that as a part of this 18 months that he spent writing it. and he's not a full timer. Like he's not doing this. He's not even spending 40 hours a week working on this thing.
Yeah. No, he was
putting out way more pages than I would.
He was working. He was on Comics Gate Kings with no personality. He was like bouncing around. I don't even know what other channels he was on. I saw him on the Comics Gate Kings. He wasn't funny or interesting. So I didn't back it twice because of his personality. It looked cool to me.
I'll give a little leeway for introverts because that is a lot of creators. Stepping out of your bubble the first go around is very intimidating, and your anxiety is up. I went through that too. I'll give leeway for that. But you're on the fucking Kings, okay?
That's fair too. I mean, if you're on like the Slums, or Dojo's channel, then you can chill and just do whatever, So, but you got these big guys selling your book for you. You have to like try. You have to put in an effort.
No shit. No, Cole Kane, this is your first time here. Great to pop that cherry for you, man.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Keep coming back.
Good to meet you.
Hell yeah.
But let's see. Okay, so this is when he comes into my DMs to talk to me now. This
okay, now hold on. He just lectured you on the Twitter. Now he's going into your DMs?
Yeah, now he's going into the DMs.
Say there?
Okay, and that time I pulled back. I was like, all right, I can see how it looks like I fired some ammo in your
That's not criticizing. You didn't even, that wasn't even a criticize. That was like a light jab, like, hey, bro, maybe you should work on this lettering.
Here's Rob popping into my DMs now right after this. This is in September of 2024, okay? This is when I had enough of it. He said, I've been a professional comic book artist for nearly 30 years, okay? Your book shouldn't look like shit then. I'm lettering the book because the book is underfunded. Well, Eric Weather is very cheap. Putting a couple grand from your $32,000 would have been chump change. I've done everything on the book myself because of this. You continue to post on me instead of DMs even after my last reply. I can only assume you are trying to call me out for some reason, which I find confusing since I do my best to ignore and stay away from the idiot drama. Well,
that was just 2 posts, though.
You up and left your accounts.
Yeah, he didn't even address anything. Not drama included. He wouldn't even update the backers.
So I wrote, just trying to help. I'll leave it right there. I'll be like, fine, okay, I shot fodder in your direction, fine. Just trying to help. I said, man, you need some better lettering? Maybe if you need an editor, use Leland. Shrug shoulders, peace out. Nope, Rob's not going to stop there. Rob says, hang on, let me bring it up. This is
wait a minute.
So fucking dumb.
You continue. He says you continue to post on me. You posted. You mean responding to his comment?
One response.
Yeah. So he's like, you continue to post on me. Therefore, I'm sending you this DM.
Yeah. So he gives me that run-on paragraph, and then he gives me this fucking novel to read right after.
When I saw this one, I laughed.
This is why giving advice or critiques by DM is polite. Sticking them on a post to make backers second guess a potential sale isn't all that polite. Brother, don't shortchange shit on your backers. That's all I'm saying. You had shitty lettering. If I had shitty lettering like that, I wouldn't be getting anybody backing my books either. Okay? So
if somebody commented on something I did with shitty lettering, like Mo Biggs, I'm sure would definitely let me know. I would be like, that's true. Holy shit, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, good point, Ben. Underfunded. What was his funding goal? Bro,
$500.
He went past his fucking funding goal. At the main gate before in demand, he made $15,000. After in demand, before he closed, 32 grand. I do not want to hear bitching about people's making minimum wage.
His funding goal was 500, right? Wasn't it 500? Where do you even see that at?
It should be right there on the main.
It doesn't show it anymore.
Just for reference, for anybody who is curious, if they're doing a comic book and you're like, I don't know if my lettering is good. I don't know. I need some advice. I need to know if my lettering is good, or if Jake is going to harass me, if he's going to tear me a new one.
Come straight to
baseline, the way to know if your lettering is good or not is if the lettering in your fucking DM text message is better than the lettering in your
right. Twitter's got better fonts. Damn, that's funny.
So he continues. He says, Death Raider isn't a side project. Go fuck yourself. That was a stupid job. That was a stupid idea. Quitting your job.
Yeah, let me quit my job and
you didn't even know what you were going to make, and you were just like, I'm going to quit my job.
I'm using my life savings and retirement accounts to.
Can you imagine that conversation? Like he goes up to his boss at McDonald's and he's like, "Hey, sorry, I can't even put in a 2 weeks because
yeah, I got a big deal. It's happening right now. I got to quit my job. I'm going to cash in my 401k and I'm going to live like a king. I'm going to get so rich off of this."
Ladies Man says, and he says, few people in his post, but how many backers did he get? 700? Yeah, so
720. 720 people he's going to screw over.
I'm only halfway through this fucking DM, okay? Well, this little text here. So he says, I'm trying to make a living and grossing 26 after 18 months is under the poverty line. Well, no fucking shit.
More
dude.
with the poverty line shit. He likes to use that, doesn't he?
Hey, you know who else likes to use that little victim mentality? I believe it's Eric July, right?
Anything that's like your fault, not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No zero accountability.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, dude. So he says, not a campaign to advise the creator to hire people. You're full of shit, dude. 32,000 out of my pocket? I did the math. That is 6 fucking books. That's 6 fucking books I could be having other artists out.
Yeah, 6 books. Does that count how much you pay everybody to make it?
Dude, if you hired all those guys 6 books in advance and try to get a deal on 6 books, probably get a discount.
6 books. Cover, title, logo, all of that. 6 books I could make with 32K. And this guy's going to bitch about it when he's drawing his own comic, when he's lettering his own comic.
That's another thing I don't understand. All these people saying, I couldn't afford to do colors. I'm doing it myself. Well, then do it. What are you talking about? You can't afford it. You're doing it yourself.
You think just because everybody else is putting out their books 3 to 5 years later, you get to do it? Your art is not up to par with those other guys. I'm sorry. You should be getting that book done quicker than them.
Because that coloring would take a whole other month. That's 19 months. That's
$32,000, Jake. I can't wipe my ass with that much money.
Dude, I would masturbate with that money.
And there you go. Now you got taken down.
Anyway, not a campaign to advise the creator to hire people. I have an editor for grammar and typos. Good. Thank God you have an editor. That's probably the only good thing you got out of this book. Anyone having a problem with the fonts I'm using is mundane. You're full of shit.
You're
full of shit. That's a third of the book.
That's like
a third of the book.
The entire book if you plan on reading it.
Oh yeah, Ben. Don't get there before me, Ben. Hang on. We're still going through it.
Oh yeah.
Don't beat me to the punchline, man. All right. So, superficial issue compared to some of the shit creators are pulling on backers. Here's where he twists it to where it's not in his court anymore. Such as selling a color book right to closeout and then announcing it's black and white. Have a great weekend. Oh, so you think that's throwing your hands up and washing your hands with a situation?
Now he's throwing shade on Jimmy. He did the same thing to all crowdfunding in his latest update. It's like always everybody else's fault.
What up,
Darren?
Hey, D-Way, what's up, man?
Dude, don't be wasting your ticket here, man, even though you can probably get one for here for a lot cheaper. But, you know,
I don't know. You're going to pay for my salary? 'Cause if not, then it's not cheaper.
Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, maybe a nude cover would get him $50K over on Kickstarter.
What? I guess there was like a girl in there. Yeah, he could do a nude cover.
So yeah, that was my experience with Rob Hunter right out the gate.
That is such a low blow too, because what Jimmy did wasn't even as bad as what Rob just did. Jimmy,
and it's also the accountability thing. He's just passing the buck. Like, oh, this other dude over here, he's screwing people worse than me. Why are you like blaming me for issues?
Yeah. Why are you telling everybody out loud what I did instead of like just telling me in DMs so that I can cry about it and yell at you? Oh, you're gonna cry and yell either way, so why not? It's ridiculous. And
So
what Jimmy did shit on Comicsgate, and Jimmy's next.
We'll be
on
talking about that in just a moment, though, right? We're not even there yet.
No,
Yeah. We could do a whole show on Jimmy.
we could.
All right, then. Game on. I'll get more beer.
But nah, so let's go back after this takes place now. So we're getting further. We're now in 2025. Let's go into the updates and discussions page for his campaign. How about we do
God, dude, that shit is so hilarious. You want to go back to the beginning of it? Because
go right ahead, buddy. You just take the helm.
right when he how far back can we go here? Show more comments.
How many
I got him in
pages are
September
there?
2024.
I'm looking at the discussion page right here.
Okay.
Right now, unfortunately, no, the October fulfillment schedule was based on a stronger campaign, which would have allowed me to work full-time on Death Raider. That hasn't happened. Any fulfillment estimate would be wild guess at this point. Okay. So 2 years ago, no approximate date. And that's because it was based on him getting more money. Stronger campaign right here. If I had made more money, I would have been able to get this thing to the printer, or I would have been able to pay my debt or something, whatever. That was 2 years ago.
No
He's
shit.
already crying about how it's not a strong enough campaign.
That's not our fault, dude. I backed you.
It's not our
I
fault.
backed you.
That's the fucked up part about all of this is that he's like blaming us for not paying not paying for him to sit on his ass. Thank you for reminding me to update here on Indiegogo. I throw out progress art and updates on Twitter. Rob
No, you
Hunter,
don't.
okay. Yeah,
No,
he
you don't. That's a lie.
won. And then what happens is when he throws it out there, somebody comments, "Oh, look at that lettering. Oh my. Well, fucking dare you." Right after. Okay, so here we go. I finished the pencils and markers 2 weeks ago, right after recovering from COVID in early October. So he's sick too. How many times does that happen? People get like sick. Well, if it takes 4 years to make a book, I guess you're gonna get sick in there sometime. That makes sense. But did he move too? Because that's another excuse I hear a lot. My house was destroyed in a hurricane. I moved. I got sick and was in the hospital. And I don't have enough money, and it's fuck you.
How is it there's not more people who I'm going through a divorce because my wife hates me because I quit my job so that I could produce
that was in there. I've only heard that one.
There needs to be more complaints about that. That's a lot more legitimate.
There's a saying that we had in retail when I worked there is leave everything outside of the company outside the door. All right, when you come into work, it's about work. We don't want to hear about your life issues. All right, keep that shit separate.
Yeah.
Rob Hunter, he's using it as a shield like a little SJW.
A year ago, Andrew asks, how much longer will it be before you ship? Andrew, then he responds, coloring is 90% finished, lettering, and then off to the printer. Okay? That was a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 10 weeks since my last post.
Wait.
10 weeks later.
How long did that lettering take?
So you're saying a year ago it was at the printer?
A year ago, right?
No, a year ago he had to do lettering.
You know what? With that, just go straight up to the next couple of discussions because it's all about the problem with the printer.
Okay, so then yes, he says 10 weeks later, he's like, yes, it is done and in edits.
It's not.
So it's not even in
the printer.
It's done and in edits. So it's not even at the printer yet. All right. So let's go up here over to the
if it's in edits, it's
updates.
not done.
Exactly. Because I don't even think it's still done. I still think it's not done. Because then we start getting people asking.
He's not sitting on a finished
PDFs.
product and not producing. He's not doing that.
Well, the proof is in the pudding. Because people are like, hey, man, why don't you send us the PDFs, right? If the printer's a problem. Closeout was a success. Campaign is closed. A superstar designer buddy is taking a swing at the trading cards format as well as Death Raider logo. Expect a new title logos. All right, that was in 7 months ago. 7 months ago. Here we go. Happy holidays, everyone. First off, thank you all for joining me on this Death Raider journey. Issue 1 has been completed weeks ago. A little poor timing on my side for not wanting to have a rushed printer doing a possibly poor job on the book because of the holiday craziness. Plus, I stated numerous times that there was no way I wanted to ship Death Raider during the holiday shipping madness. Now I'm waiting for quotes from 2 local printers. Yes, local. With a little luck, the quotes will come in manageable and for my printing needs, and the book will be at the printer ASAP. This was 5 months ago.
So 5 months ago, he says it's going to be at the printer. A year ago, it was at the printer. In between that, it went through edits.
Yeah, and as for Death Raider 2, 40 pages are penciled and markered. And I'm making my way through these glorious high-energy smash-em-up pages. In all, the book will be 40 pages, black and white. A color version will be available on my campaign if the funding hits $35K. Lots of other add-ons and goodies.
I've never heard somebody sitting down with their thumb up their ass so grotesquely until I saw this campaign.
Yeah, so he's looking for a printer now. This is 5 months ago, but you're right. He did say in that discussion that it was already at the printer, and that was like 2 years ago.
Right.
I uploaded the file. Okay, Death Raider 1 has gone to the printer. Here we go. 5 months ago, I uploaded the files for Death Raider 1 to the printer yesterday. Given that yesterday it was a holiday, it probably means today is the official first day at the printer. Now the countdown to getting a physical copy back, approval, then running off the printed books for the campaign. I'm inking away on Death Raider 2, being that the first 40 pages have been penciled, marked for weeks. For weeks.
Such bullshit. What's going on?
Didn't he just say he had like 48? Okay, whatever.
Yeah. If he's such a Rob Hunter, why hasn't he hunted down Rob Arnold? Because Rob Arnold's actually writing and fulfilling.
Progress for 2 has been lightning quick. A sign up, I bet it has when you're using photos. Sign up page will be coming ASAP. Now, all of this seems like Death Raider 1's on its way. There's nothing wrong with Death Raider 1. We're gonna get it. It's at the printers, right?
But we're still on the discussion page. We haven't even got.
No, this is the comments. No, I switched the comments now. All right. Well, I can go back 5 months over on the other one. But okay. Latest update from the printer 2 months ago. Unfortunately, there's been no update from my printer. I requested an update for the printing schedule for Death Raider number 1 a week ago. I still haven't heard from them. If I don't hear back from them soon, I'll have to cancel this print job and go elsewhere. I wish there was better information, but there isn't. You know what? I haven't even... okay, this is where the comments get interesting right here.
Right. Mo Big said, give them time. It's a dot matrix printer running on a Commodore 64.
Okay, hold on. I got to go back because that was my post yesterday. Okay. I was trying to get... all I was trying to get was a PDF. Did I miss that? Rob says, no, it wouldn't be fair to release the PDF earlier than the book. Come on now. Once the book starts shipping, everyone on digital will get their PDFs. That's what he said.
Through that. Even when I launched my second book, Death Stalks Us, people were asking, can't you put out the PDF before the book? And I was like, yeah, I can do that, but it's right at the printer so they could go out at the same time. And they both went out at the same time, like a month later.
Wait a minute. If this is a comment on this post that was... What?
How many pages?
Yeah, it's 700. It's 700 books that he has to print, right?
720 backers. Some of them might have gotten other stuff. So I'm not sure exactly how many books he has.
1,000? You think?
All right.
Like 1,000? That is not a big print run.
Cole King says, I wonder if he did use a lot of 3D assets and then saw the heat on some other books got for using them, is now too scared to release it and doesn't have the money to redraw. Just a guess.
I don't think that's even the case. I think he was trying to let that fly under the radar, which is why he stopped posting artwork. And I think he ended up spending all the backers' money. He says that it's like an escrow or whatever.
That money is gone.
Man. So this post was 2 months ago, but this comment on the post was 10 weeks ago. How does that work? 10 weeks. What's he say?
Mo Big says, guys, it hadn't spent a lot of time in editing. I mean, even the title has a spelling error. Yes. Yes.
Dead wrong.
So it wouldn't be fair to release the PDF. All right. What printer company are you using, says Brett. How many weeks ago? 10 weeks. If they don't respond, I would go to a local printer or a shop nearby to see what they can do for you. I'm looking forward to get my FemBat books printed this summer.
Local?
Yeah, now I'm bouncing around because even though I'm moving up the ladder of his updates, the responses are like way older than those. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know how it works on. So Rob responds to that and says, "Local printer quoted me a price that would bankrupt me, which is why I've been so patient with this printer. As
$300
bankrupt. He likes to use that word. The local printer quoted me a price. They were supposed to be the cheap ones, right? So the local printer is going to bankrupt him, which is why I've been so patient with this printer. As I stated on Twitter, I have quit comics. Okay, so this is when he's like, I quit comics.
But you've already got half.
He's already got, the second issue's almost done, right? This book is already in the printer as of like a year ago. But he's quit comics now because this book, the last few years, has been a negative income. Has been a negative income. Now it's getting, what is DR from the printer and shipped to the backers. Death Raider from the printer.
This guy's responses are more ADD than I am. Okay, he is.
After that, it's anyone's guess.
Throughout this whole thing.
New job started Monday. That was 10 weeks ago. All right. Wow, that's several horrors of publishing. I hope you get a good quote, maybe mix them or possibly critical blast. Good luck on your new job. By the way, this guy has access to the Comicsgate Kings. I'm sure they can all help him with the printer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, bro, maybe you should use these guys. They're pretty good for me. Oh, you need some extra money? Let's do a second chance. You know what I mean? Let's do a second chance. Get some eyes on it. And I'll say they did try to push this book, man. They didn't move. It didn't move because I think his personality sucked. All right.
I think his lettering and his art sucked.
In the I'm guessing these updates are related to these comments in the discussion. So now we've got a lot of discussion tabs after Ethan just did a stream talking about this. So I'm going to have to scroll down. 31 weeks. Are you going to send out a book or not? It's been months. No word or update. That was 31 weeks ago. And then Rob responds, I update all the time. Are you going into your junk folder? Plus daily updates on Twitter at Rob Hunter Art. Nuh-uh, you deleted it. Now, he probably hadn't deleted it at this point. But
right, that was 40 weeks ago. He was still there.
All right. Next one. Hey, Rob, quick question. Do you think the books will be shipping before Christmas? Wondering if I can get it under my tree. That will be tight to get the books out before Christmas. I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on a title retooling. The book hasn't been sent to the printer yet. This was 30 weeks ago, so it hadn't been sent like a year ago. Hadn't been sent to the printers yet. I received, the most estimates I received are 5 to 6 weeks to get a book back from a printer, which pushes it right to the Christmas if I send out the files this week. Okay. Chappie says, looking forward to this. Andrew, shipping update, please.
You're
17 weeks ago.
It, Chappie.
Andrew, 17 weeks ago says, so wait, shipping update, please. And then Rob Hunter says, Death Raider is at the printer. 17 weeks ago. There it is. 17 weeks ago.
He fixed the title. He fixed the misspelling in his own title.
Mobig says, this guy committed the ultimate sin in my book. He was boring on streams.
I agree.
I can't that.
You can forgive a lot of shit if you're interesting. Like, look at Cecil.
Yeah.
We waited for like years for that book. He even got to the point where he said, you know what? You're never going to get your book. I'm never going to print it. That's why it's called cash grab. Joke's on you, loser. And you know,
he fucking
the
meme to the chat. That was the whole point.
And the meme became, well, I better not get my book then. If you ship me this book, I'm going to sue your ass. You know, like, I better not.
It was
he played it right. All right. So Derek, 10 weeks ago, says, any new updates?
Too, I like Chappie's positivity and half glass.
We all need more Chappies in our life.
Right. All right. Andrew, again, comes back at him 7 weeks ago.
You know, Mo.
At this time, I want to cancel this book. I know you're having issues with the printer, but I'm tired of waiting. Thanks again. Andrew, again, 7 weeks. Backer number 44, request refund of $33. Thanks.
Yeah, he never responds to the refund requests. That's
there's no more money
to refund.
Yeah, and after he closed the campaign, it's like, well, Yeah. I think I got one refund in there. I didn't. There's still one that I didn't get. But okay, John, 4 weeks ago says, I, backer 4, number 1, would also like to request a refund of $33. I feel like I'm being lied to and have zero interest in getting this book. This whole campaign looks like a grift. Here, John. I agree.
100%.
You got it a little bit late, but you got in there.
4 weeks ago, Michael Durham says, we need an update, please. Rob responds, update! The Death Raider crowdfunded so incredibly underperformed that has bankrupted me. I'm doing my best not to file bankruptcy in order to protect the printing and shipping funds from creditors and in order to fulfill obligations. This is when he starts the creditor bullshit.
Something very clear. This campaign did not bankrupt you. It might have underperformed what you expected being on a King show, but go fuck yourself. It's potential backers. It is not a guarantee for anybody. Not for me, not for you, not for any fucking one. Okay?
It only bankrupts you if you spent that money. If you did not spend the money, then you owe whatever $32,000 that needs to be returned to everybody, or you.
He's never going to happen.
What he did was he quit his job to work on this thing full time because he thought that being on Kings was going to make him get into the 6 digits.
That's what. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And he spent that money. Told his wife or girlfriend or whatever that I just hit the big time. I bet he still has a car payment.
This is a backer just saying, "Hey, can I get an update?" And he's like, "Update: the Death Raider crowdfunded so incredibly underperformed that it has bankrupted me. I'm doing my best not to file bankruptcy in order to protect the printing and shipping funds from creators or from creditors in order to fulfill obligations."
You got $32,000.
So he's $32,000.
I'll be right back.
And he's like yelling. He's yelling at this poor guy, Michael, over here. This poor guy just wants a book, right? He's waited 4 years, or however many years it's been, and he just wanted an update. And Rob's yelling at him. So then Michael responds, sorry for your predicament. Please keep us appraised of future developments. That's very nice. Michael, you're a good guy, dude.
You know what you should do? You know what you should do, Peter? When you get your book out, you need to take every one of the names on this list over here, like Michael and Chappie, like all the people, and you need to send them a free book.
I
would have them on my list of free books. You can have one of my books.
You know what?
Any one of you guys, you hit me up, I will send you a free book. I'm a YouTube guy. My book probably doesn't mean shit to you.
I'm paying for Rob Hunter's bullshit.
That's the person that I want.
Well, yeah, I'll send him a sticker for sure. Yeah.
That's fine. Sticker, cool. Mike, what do you name it? What do you want? You're not getting my car, but
if you backed Jake's book,
Chappie,
he'll send it to you for free. Jake will send you a free book if you back his book.
Chappie,
because you're
Mike,
a good guy, man.
Come on,
and Chappie, go back, go sign up because he hasn't started a campaign yet. But Brother Kit, Jake's Bionic Bros Brother Kit coming out soon. Sign up page right now. It's Brother Kit on Indiegogo. If you sign up now and back that book, he'll send it to you for free. I'll give you my word. But okay, so
when you guys see this and you do YouTube stuff, I'll send you a book. Hit me up.
All right, so then we go. James here, James Skender. Sorry to hear that, Rob. This book looks so awesome. Would a second chance or anything help? Looking forward to this book. Oh, that's a good, thoughtful suggestion, James. A second chance would have done good. I agree. Like maybe if he pushed it for a year or two longer instead of closing it. And
I gave updates and stuff.
Rob responds, there was a Fund My Comic campaign that was kind of a second chance. It did awful, unfortunately. Since then, I quit comics and have had a factory gig that barely covers the bills. Death Raider 1 will eventually come out. The funds for printing and shipping still remain, but I have to take it slow or creditors will lay claim to the cash. You understand? You understand, James? How thoughtless of you to ask. Because if he's not careful, the creditors are going to beat his ass. They're going to come over there and confiscate his car. They're going to take all the money, and nobody's going to get shit. If you want your book, you just calm the fuck down.
Yeah, exactly. 32K, and he's the artist.
I'm not denying him free book. Jake will give him a free book for sure.
I'll give him a free book. Give me your address. Fuck.
Yeah.
Cole King.
Chappie, dude, hit us up, dude. We ain't worth shit, but we'll send you some swag.
Hold on. I'm going to send it. I got to send an email real quick.
Promise me you review it on stream, and I'll give you a free book.
Yeah, right. Like, he's obviously leaving comments. That's what you want, right? Like, you want the Google review or whatever. Like, I want Chappie.
Get a reviewer to
Chappie happy, dude. I want that as a T-shirt.
I got to text somebody real quick. Hold on a second.
I'll go for it.
My name is Chappie. I'm looking.
What the fuck, Rob?
Okay. Cole King responds.
The creditors are considering hiring Dojo to break his legs.
Yeah, you better watch out, Rob. Dojo, you don't want to fuck with him. No. All right. Cole King says, send it out digitally to all the backers so we can at least read it. I agree. Cole King, good idea. That was a pretty good suggestion there. Send out the digitals. You know, we paid for it. It's not going to cost him shit. All right. Jitsi, I don't know how to pronounce that. Came here to request an update, but I saw a below post. This was 3 weeks ago. Maybe send everyone the PDF to avoid losing more money from the refunds. That way, goods are partially delivered in Goodwill, and you'll have time to find a decent, maybe even print on demand printer to ship the physical books. Not an accountant though. Not even the OnlyFans type. Good luck getting through this personal apocalypse. All right, yeah, PDF.
What if he was being gentle with them?
That was 3 weeks ago.
Here we go. With this fuckwad.
I like this Andrew guy because he's over here. I don't know who this is. Andrew Zacchaeus or whatever. 3 weeks ago. Just refund me, please. Sorry for all the problems you're having. At least you respond to your posts, unlike Mandy and EVS. I disagree. I think both of them, they always responded to me. But you know what? I don't like Andrew anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even know we were on. I didn't even know we were on Ethan's fucking radar until like last week, and then I was like, oh shit.
So then he says, I've lost interest in your book. Thanks. Brand, this is one of the first CG projects I backed and easily the most anticipated. I'm still looking forward to reading it. Hopefully things work out. 3 weeks
That's such a bummer to hear.
Yeah.
You had somebody who was into this. They were like, this was their first time. They're like, they're into this. They're excited. And this is the experience they got. Thanks.
We're getting a lot of these, like Pixel Trader here. Releasing the PDF would be good. You know, release the PDF. Kevin responds, I concur with this, Rob. Please, read a lot and did research as budding creator myself, working on 17 projects that can seem to have high respect across the board. Sorry, you're going through a lot of times. Keep it, whatever. Decide, yada, yada, yada. Send the fucking PDF is what he's trying to say. Josh Smith. I agree with some other statements here. If worse comes to worse, I would love to have at least a digital copy. Here's my thoughts, because that was a week ago. I don't think he finished the book. No one's getting a PDF because not only is Death Raider 2 not finished, Death Raider 1 is not finished. I don't think it ever made it to printers. And if it did, Rob, prove me wrong and send everybody the PDF. They all want the PDF.
How many times have you heard the story of like somebody trying to fund one comic book with another one? You know, like
a lot of times.
Oh, dude, that happens so much.
Not as much as it used to, but definitely the people would try to fund the last book.
That book ain't finished and that money is gone.
Yeah. Okay. So, where's mine? So we're kind of like talking about this, and I'm like, you know what? That's true. Where's mine at? I don't care. I basically said, hey, can we get an update? That's all. That's what I said. Hey, man, can we get an update on this?
Well, you're not going to get anything anymore, it looks like, because I think he's actually done. When you delete your X account, that means you are going ghost. You are a ghost.
I wonder when he did that, because nobody, I think, noticed that he had done that until this shit hit the fan.
Right.
Can I say one thing? I want to say one thing in his defense. I'm going to play devil's advocate on one thing here. So you said he was an introvert. I do see a scenario where it's possible that he just doesn't handle people well. Now, this is like a 0.001% chance. I have no faith in this. I would love to be proven, like, you know, I'd love to be proven wrong on that. But it's entirely possible. He's an introvert. He doesn't like talking to people. He's not handling all this well because he doesn't like people. And he actually is having these issues, and that thing is just about to get finished and just about to get shipped out. I have zero faith in that, but I am going to just float that out there that there's a slight chance on that.
I'm going to cancel that out because if you don't like people, but you're putting the blame on them for your campaign not fulfilling, it's fucking you. It's you. You're the problem.
Yeah, and you're not wrong about that.
So yesterday, I noticed he deleted his account. I send him a message. I respond to his last update, which was, unfortunately, there's been no update from my printer. Requested an update, schedule, yada, yada. I might have to use a different printer, guys. And I'm just like, that was, by the way, 2 months ago. I responded to that and said, can we get an update on this campaign? And then I think I went to X, and I went right after this. I went on to X and said, "Hey, does anybody know anything about Death Raider? The book looks so cool. You know, I want to know what's up with this." Then people started realizing. I think word got out. People are curious what's going on here, because then we get today's update, his latest update. Now this is a doozy. Where the fuck did it go?
Did he delete it?
Said no. Here it is.
Nothing ever touched the printer. I can guarantee you that maybe 15 pages are complete.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All
right, so check this out. Update, Saving the Death Raider comic. What a weird title for this post. All right. Death Raider campaign was such a financial disaster, I pissed away my savings and 3 years of my life. I could have been doing anything else. Crowdfunding is nearly dead. My peers' campaign totals drop with every new issue release. I have left comic books for good and now have a very low-paying job in manufacturing. Thanks, fucktards. That's what he meant to say next. Which is still higher than was my livelihood crowdfunding, which was below the poverty line. Remember hearing that word before? Poverty line? What the fuck is the poverty line? Because I know people that didn't make 30 grand that live in shit or in their backyards that managed to make books happen. Why should you care? What'd you say?
Mo says Dragon Rage Quits was good, but you also could have titled this stream The Rob Hunters.
Yeah,
that's so gay.
I like Debt Raider. That was a good one. That's all that in Ethan's chat.
Debt Raider was good.
All right, why should you care? The point of crowdfunding, in theory, is it covers my bills while I work and promote the project. This never happened, as it was my savings and freelance work that carried Death Raider through the campaign. No thanks to you, fucktard, you shitheads. No thanks to you, shitheads. You hear me? What's his name? Crappy?
Scrappy Doo.
The guy, the good one. Chappy. Thanks a lot, Chappy. Also, fuck you. Because I didn't make enough money.
Like that, Rob.
And freelance work that carried, you know what? He did freelance work to make this, to carry Death Raider to the finish line. Not your scrappies, not your scrappy doos.
Yeah.
Yet, still, what you got?
Ladies Man says, does USA make anything or is it still overseas? No, I got my books printed in Florida from a place called Comic Impressions. Okay, they did both my Cobalt books, issue 1 and 2. I'm going to be using them again for Brother Kit. Yes, you can use people in the States.
Oh yeah, send them. There's a lot of people he could use for fulfillment if that's the case. As I didn't
go fund me at this point is a go fuck me. That's what that is.
Right? I wouldn't be surprised if he had a GoFundMe on there, but he's not going to make a dime on it.
He needs like a hurricane relief Kickstarter is what he needs.
I feel bad for Chris Hunter. Is that his brother or something? Because he's been trying to run, not under interference, he's running cover for him on Twitter and shit.
Right.
And I feel bad because obviously Rob disappeared. So Chris, I guess Chris is his brother or cousin or whoever is related. They both have last name Hunter. So he's like sitting there picking up the slack, which sucks for him, man, because it didn't cover Rob's bills. He had to quit his job and cash in his 401k. He had to max out credit cards. Kevin Smith did it. It's the American dream.
Also, had it not taken, what is it, like 36 months?
No
like
kidding.
you spent 10, 12, 14 months with it at the printer. If you hadn't have been trying to live off of something that was bouncing around printers with a shit job like, captioning deal, maybe you wouldn't have been in debt. Maybe if you'd have been on to your 4th or 5th comic book by now, sorry to say, dude, you might have actually had a chance at that.
Yeah, if he had done more than just jump on the Kings and maybe a couple other people's live streams. Ethan was talking about how you cannot rely on campaigns to pay your fucking bills.
No shit.
YouTube, you have to have a day job. Even they do YouTube, and that money from YouTube helps pay their bills so that they can then crowdfund and make comics.
Yeah.
The idea that you can live solely off of this is absurd.
No, it's fucking dumb. Everybody wants to do it. It's not a reality. Like I said, I was working at Walmart as a customer service manager, and I made my first 2 books. And this dude makes a dumbass move, quits his job, and says, because I'm on Kings, I'm going to make over 6 figures, or I'm going to make over 50 grand because that's what I'm going to lower it to so I can do this full time. And then he makes what is it, 18 grand under what he wanted to make it a full-time job, and you still had to bitch out and leave and not even have
would the 18 grand have made a difference? Would an additional 32 grand have made a difference?
Absolutely.
No, another 60 grand wouldn't have made a difference. It would have taken even longer, and we still wouldn't have gotten shit because he'd have just partied longer. Because in 3 years, if you quit everything, and like he said in his post, 3 years of his life could have been doing anything else but spending your money. He could have been doing anything else. It doesn't take 3 years of a full. If that's your full-time job, that's like what? How many hours a day? 12, 8.
You're
20, which he didn't do.
20 hours. You could spend 12 to 16 hours a day on your book making this fucking thing. You're not waiting on anybody else to do it. What are you fucking doing with all your time? You're on the clock, bro. You got your savings that you're just draining. The clock is ticking. Get that shit done, man. And the 3 years and you couldn't get it done so that you could still have a little bit of cash to print this thing. Fuck that. That's all your fault, Rob. Nobody else's. This is ridiculous to expect everybody to pay your bills. Why
and
should
also,
you care?
Condolences to the factory that you're working at. I feel for your manager.
Right? He's probably the guy complaining. I worked 8 hours today. Where's my extra bonus?
I hurt my ankle. I want my short-term disability.
How many times have we heard that? We have a friend that does that shit. Can't keep a job for longer than a year, and then sends these wordy emails saying, you know what? You're all wrong, and I should be promoted, and fuck all of you. And then, it's their fault. It's always everybody else's fault. I'm sick of hearing that kind of shit. Go join the fucking, I don't know, the liberals. Go to fucking LA if this is how you feel, bro. You'll fit right in. This never happened. It was my savings and freelance work that carried Death Raider through the campaign. Yet, I still want to deliver to the few fans that supported this amazing product, the few 700 people that backed this book. Where does that leave the book? Either I come to some sort of compromise with my debtors and the book ships in fall 2025 or 2030, or it's bankruptcy and the printing and shipping funds are confiscated. What did he say? The only thing I can save Rob now.
He wants to see 2 Robs in a cage.
Fighting for the Rob. This is ridiculous. Either. So is this my fault? Where does that leave the book? Either Rob comes with some sort of compromise with his debtors, like it's your fault, debtors, not mine. It's your fault. And then maybe if we can come to a compromise, if I can convince them it's their fault, maybe we can the book will ship in fall.
Nah, this is a full-on one, dude.
In
He
the
has
fall.
no reason and no accountability for his own campaign.
Or it's
That's what's
bankruptcy.
going on now.
And the printing and shipping, your money gets confiscated by these horrible debtors.
Hey, dude, bottom line, like this dude obviously, like an underlying issue here, this dude obviously has no, like he doesn't manage his own finances. His life is a freaking mess. And just, you can't trust this dude in future endeavors either.
Now, see,
Like,
that's the
Not
thing.
after that. This is his first book.
Right.
It's not going to be a major success. 30 grand is really good for a first book.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that come in from the space that they were in before to come over with the Kings and think that they're going to get a quick buck out of them. And I'm telling you, it's ruining everything. It ruins the what do you call it? It ruins the reputation of the Kings, and it ruins the chance for smaller creators to have backers also.
Bing.
Mo Biggs, he says only one thing can save Rob now: a battle of the Robs. Rob Hunter versus Rob Willis in an epic Death Raider versus Shinobi Sasquatch crossover. I think that'd be sweet, but I don't want him back in this realm.
I mean, I can see that one taking another 36 months.
Yeah, right.
For the record, there you go, Mo.
Now, hold on. Death Raider 2 is going to rock, y'all. Death Raider 2, it's already drawn and inked and 90% colored and
Yeah,
lettered.
it's in editing. It's about to go to the printer.
Yeah.
We ain't seeing that nowhere.
So this is a damn shame because I can't refund it now. The thing campaign's closed. So there goes that $30 or however much. I'm glad I got the first one refunded. I should have listened to you, Jake, because there were warning signs a year ago.
Tell you, man. Nobody listens to little old me though. Who the fuck am I?
I really wanted to see this book. I might get a PDF, maybe, but probably not.
I'm too small and too unknown for anybody to take my credence, but it's okay. I tried. I booked you to double check this.
So here are some recent comments.
Oh, we got more?
No, these are the ones that happened since the live stream, since Ethan's live stream.
Jeez, Mo.
Wow,
Okay, then
Rob.
how about a previous crossover? Detective Death.
Not to get too personal, but Rob always was paranoid and talked a lot of conspiracy stuff. Yeah, but that's fine. I like conspiracy stuff. I wonder if any of this Deader stuff is actually true or if it's just something he is paranoid about. You know what it probably is? It's probably credit card. I mean, this is just speculation. I'm assuming credit card debt.
Yeah.
I'm assuming maybe a loan, maybe a bank loan.
Could
You know?
could that be because we know somebody else that went down that same route?
Yeah, and guess what they did to fix
It's
it?
a common
They bailed
route.
out. They bowed out, and they're doing their thing. And they kind of shit on people a little bit on the, he probably stepped in his own shit on the as he walked out the door that he left behind. But at least, he fulfilled everything. I will give him that. He fulfilled everything and canceled all other projects. And now he's trying to pay off this debt. And I don't think we've seen the last of Doge. I mean, this guy that we're talking about.
No, he's still munching the Bancroft bump. That's where he hangs out.
Really? I'm gonna have to jump in that chat.
Oh yeah,
He blocked
he's got
me,
the move about rubbing that one out.
And Dojo, you gotta unblock me on Twitter, man. And I will respond to your comments. You gotta just accept that. You gotta unblock me, and you gotta accept that I'm gonna comment on your shit, dude.
Let's see. Does he think he's above slanging crack? Nah, D-Wag would help him, man. Crack pack. Bye.
Yeah, there are people here that would help.
Definitely.
It's
Be
better than a tracker, you know it.
All right, here we go. Some of the latest comments, real quick, since Ethan's. Wow, Rob. Sorry to hear this. Look forward to the book, but whatever you decide, God bless. Jason Wright. If coloring the book is the issue, this was 9 hours. No, this can't be from. Where are all the comments from today? I was reading some of them. They were pretty good. Okay, maybe it's right here. James, Rob, I'm so sorry to hear about your finances, but this book in some form needs to come out. The art is beautiful. Definitely prefer a physical book since there's yada yada, a huge fucking thing. PDF is what he's trying to say. Give me the PDF.
Every day, baby. Bow.
Christopher, refund my money. That's a bummer, Rob. Speaking for myself only, but if all you can do is PDF, then I'm okay. You know, that'd be great. Sorry, it's been a struggle. It was a damn fine concept, and happy to help you take a crack at it.
It's like Dan Fraga. There is no money to refund. Get the fuck over it. It's a loss.
I think it's a hard, dude. It is a hard pill to swallow, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get shit.
Yeah, there's no money to refund. The only thing you can expect, I don't even think you can expect to harass this guy into printing or anything. Like this is a loss.
Either produce my book or refund my $271. Damn, dude.
How many of those? Oh wow.
There's a reason Ethan can do it because he fucking started it. Him and John.
There's a reason Shane. He can do it because he fulfills. It may take years, but you're gonna get your fucking book. And he's doing a good job. Plus, here's the way I see it: it takes several years to produce one of those campaigns. Sure, he could probably spend more time drawing, as people say. Sure, he could be less time on YouTube, even though that's what generates the awareness of his projects and the revenue that comes in. Well, there's a million things that could happen. You're going to get your book. Here's the other thing. His stretch goals are insane. We got fucking toys, and we got those Cyberfrog statues and Salamandroid statues in the one. That takes years in itself to produce. So I'm fine waiting for a Cyberfrog, you know, all caps Comics product, because it's going to rock. And I'm going to open that package every time. I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
And there's a difference between it taking time and taking the money and running.
Like we looked at the Cyberfrog last week, and that's what you're going to get, man. That's just part of what you're getting.
Yeah.
His
and Mo Big says it here. He says he should release the PDF to all backers, regardless if nothing else can. Then he can prove he finished the book to make sure people were slightly less ripped off.
Yeah, I agree. Slightly less ripped off.
If that's all, see, that's the problem, though. I don't think he can do that.
He can't.
I don't think there's. What do you think? 75% of that book is finished?
I don't even think 60%.
I'll give you a quarter. I'll give you a quarter that book is finished. I will not go beyond that.
You don't think it's finished? I mean, how far do you think he is along the way?
A quarter. 15 pages, 20 pages. I don't know how big that fucking book's supposed to be, but I can guarantee you it's not fucking done. Even halfway.
No, it's not done.
I think a quarter, 30%. Yeah, I think that's about, because he never posted any extra pages. I think once you, I think you took all the steam out of him with that font, the lettering comment, and he's like, "Fuck this! Oh, fuck this! I can't even make a living off of this." And now he's criticizing my fonts. I quit comic books.
Who fucking who? Do you know how many creators are back here that don't have that great of art, and people won't back it because of the lousy art? If you're going up on Kings and you have lousy lettering,
bro,
I'm gonna fucking call you out for it.
You can have lousy art.
That is some childish shit. Yeah.
And it wasn't even like you were like, "Hey, Rob, your art, this font fucking sucks balls. You need to fire your font person and fucking like eat a dick." You didn't say that. You just said, "Hey, where's a good letterist when you need one?" That's all you said. That's not even.
Tagged Eric in it, and Eric liked the post.
That's not even like
and liked it.
Throat goat.
Fucking bullshit.
So we got crowdfunding isn't for your bills, you fucking scumbag. It's for your book. Give me my money back. I agree, George. Since when are we paying for your bills? You fucking scumbag. I wanted a book, not your bills. I got my own fucking bills to pay. Jesus. Ladies man, what the fuck, man? Hey, is that ladies man in here?
Yeah, he is.
Nice.
Hey!
Ladies man says it right here 3 hours ago. Hold on. Where's it at? WTF, man. Oh fuck! Genuine question: Are you already in legal proceedings? If you have no hold or oversight on your funds, there's nobody stopping you.
Fucking said. Good call out.
It's like
from cutting a check for fulfillment.
It's credit card debt. It's not creditors coming after him. It's not loan sharks coming after him. No loan shark's going to give this kook money. It's credit card debt, and yeah,
Even if it's a bank loan,
there's no big. There's nobody. He was talking about how they were going to like seize his funds. Nobody's seizing your funds, dude. You're not like on the federal whitelist or whatever.
Oh, hold up. Paulie says this. Paulie says, to be fair, Ethan says all the time that the pros are supposed to live off the funds while they make the book.
They do say that, but then
the pros.
They're pros for one. You're going to get your book too. This is Rob's first book.
Not that you make a good point,
but this is like what they've got is a well-oiled machine that is churning. That they have managed. It's YouTube, it's X, it's the crowdfunding, it's his eBay pay, and his what else? He's got the subscribe star, he's got channel members. There's a lot of things, gears turning in this machine that they've built. 100%. Rob is just trying to do it 100% off of crowdfunding alone. Nobody does that.
Portfolio. Like, think about it like this: if you have like 10 comic books. And you have all of this artwork that you have for sale on eBay. You have like this machine, like Peter said, this is churning. You have all of this stuff going, and you have evergreen funds that are coming in as a result. That's the definition of a pro. The guy who's doing the first comic book, that he's just putting out there, it can be great. That doesn't mean you're going to be able to live off of it before it's even out. You have to build up that foundation of revenue.
He's talking about how the creditors are going to get it as soon as it ends up. Doesn't he have a PayPal? Jake, can you take the funds from Indiegogo and put it into a PayPal account?
Yes.
Then why can't he do that? He's got a bank account. You can open up a PayPal account.
Because that money already went into the PayPal account, and then it went into his bank account, and then it went into his electric bill 36 months ago.
See, unless I'm paying a bill, that shit never leaves my PayPal account, man, because if something happens, that's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
And if I need to pay,
you run it like a business, and that money doesn't touch your household funds, you pay yourself.
And I guarantee he's got a PayPal because he's doing these commissions, right? Most people use PayPal. There's no way he doesn't have a PayPal. He sold stuff on the auctions. He sold some of his artwork. And I know he was pissed when he sold it for like $100 or something, that piece that I wanted, but I got up in the hundreds and I couldn't afford it after that.
Exactly right, Mo. Peter at least has fiber funds to live off of.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
You will be amazed how far $5 can go. I could almost print a book for that. You give me access to a backroom copy machine, and I'll get you your fucking book, bro. If I have to hand color it.
Yeah, done that. Yeah.
I swear.
I have done that with a copy machine to get books out.
He's got 64-ounce big gulp cups from 1997 in his room right there. I promise you.
Yeah, probably. I do have that cool. So buried. I still have that cool little koozie. That's inflatable koozie. It's like for a swimming pool. Anyways, so
you know who
this is a good point.
Made under $32,000 and still haven't seen any bitching from him.
Who?
Pigman.
That's a good point. He's on Comicsgate Kings, and he's on there doing all this because you know what? He probably has money coming in somewhere else.
I bet
he got better control over his own finances.
What is this? Is this Indiegogo or Kickstarter? This is Fund My Comic. He's got 20 grand on Fund My Comic, man. 20 grand, no bitching. And I know I've talked about this campaign, and I'm like, I don't know if this is one that I want, but it definitely deserves to exist. Like, it's a comic that needs to be out there. But he ain't bitching.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the art. I'll just say that. But whatever, teach their own.
Yeah, teach their own. I mean, maybe the book's really good. Pitter Patter was way better than we thought it was going to be.
Pitter Patter was fucking awesome.
It got finished, right?
It got finished.
That book was under $5,000, and that dude is shipping. He is excited that it made $5,000. When we had Jeremy on, man, that was a really cool episode because that dude was just. I can't wait to do the next one.
Cole King says, if 2 was really so close to being finished, talking about Death Raider 2, then this makes no sense at all. Damn right, you're catching on.
He's lying to everybody.
ASAP so we could start funding for 2, which would be more profitable if the book is almost done.
Especially if he is trying to pay off debt, then he should have launched the second book in hopes that to pay the first one off. That way, it's a stupid move because eventually it'll compile and hopefully it'll take off. But yeah, he should have launched the second book already.
Peter never
could have stretched
for doxing the secret identity, Pigman.
I know. I had to come out and start using my actual name, POS.
I swear.
All right, my
So-
comment. Let's see. Oh, you keep going. I'm looking for. There was a couple really good ones in here.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that at this point the Kings start like filtering a little bit more who comes into their circle.
Cold
Like
King.
maybe
What, so that's a good point though, Jake. So what is the criteria? Like if in a hypothetical world, if they hired you to be like the guy that's like, we want you to vet. What are your criteria for vetting these guys?
Are you putting up my resume to be the Comicsgate? What do you call
but
consultant?
listen, there's a problem with this,
Very
and it is inherent, dude. People have tried to be that guy, right?
Yeah.
And it never works out because I don't think that's a good idea. We don't need people who.
B-Rose, he did it pretty well.
Well,
But that's the thing.
It's not
It's
a
the
personal
audience.
judgment. I don't care. Just like, what are the criteria? Let's say it doesn't have to be like putting you in a position.
We
thing.
don't need a
What are the
CG
criteria?
gatekeeper, but that's what we do
Yeah,
on
it
the
doesn't have to be a
channel.
gatekeeper.
We're talking.
If you want
That's
criteria
what
for
we
your
talk
first-
about all the time on our channels.
Criteria for your first book, here it is. Have your very first book fully completed before you launch. Get the PDF
that would
with
help.
your printer. Have all your pages done. Show that shit off in a G
Editor.
drive. Show
an
off
editor.
in Google Drive where all the pages are being hidden. That's where I put all my pages when I need to show them off when I go on streams and talk about my book. Put all your pages in there for your first book. I did the same fucking thing with Cobalt's first issue. I was like,
Jump
here's
around
all the
live
pages.
streams.
Went on all the streams, showed off a couple pits because I didn't want to give it all away, but you could count out 32 pages of the main book and then the extra short story in the back. You could count it all out. Now, if
Have
you
a
got
decent
that,
timeline, but leave it
Yeah.
open. Like I would say consult, as many people as you can that know what they're talking about to get an idea, get the campaign prepped, run it by people. Like Bancroft used to look at people's campaigns before they
Right.
launched, right?
Uh-huh.
That's invaluable. Like I love that we're friends because when I finally get a campaign going, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't want to make all these stupid mistakes. But I have a friend that I can talk to.
I'm going to be championing that book too, dude, because that
And
thing's so
every
fucking
time-
hilarious.
Every time I have like a question, or anytime that you see some bullshit, call me out on it. I don't want to fucking look stupid. You know what I mean? If my lettering looks like shit, you could call it out on Twitter. I don't give a fuck. I'll be like, God damn, my lettering does suck.
If nothing,
I say it
that's
all
free
the time.
advertising. Like, we have played that game before with the community tab posts. Like, you can have fun with that.
Look,
Yeah, those are fun. Those community tabs.
there's no
squabbles.
problem
Yeah.
for creators critiquing other creators. I got critiqued on my first issue of Cobalt by Ethan. He doesn't fucking remember it, but I recorded it and kept it for myself because I thought it was fucking awesome.
They ruined go ahead, finish. I got a funny
No.
one.
He said about Cobalt, because the first subtitle was Cobalt thrashing about. He said, dude, you need to do something about that title. I immediately went and changed it up to Cobalt Atlanta's Thrashing. It was a little bit different. It's still not even that great of a title, but it slaps way harder than Thrashing About.
And
So,
you
they're
take it to
both-
heart to the point where you can remember it years later.
Right.
Like, you took it as constructive criticism.
Right. They critiqued Brother Flip for me.
Mo said some
They're-
funny shit here.
What do you say?
Peter, I listen down next one.
Peter, I listen
Peter.
to your advice. Peter, I told you your art is too good to only charge $5, so you started charging $6.
And then
I
the
get
next one,
$8.50.
$8.50. You think I could
I
make
swear.
9, Mo? I think I could make $9. I'll
Now,
bet.
Good
it's harder-
But there's
Solid
no
seven.
Niner. There's no
It's harder.
Niner.com. It's
It's harder.
Fiverr.com.
I understand it's harder for the smaller creators to get all the art done and completed. That's where us smaller creators start filtering each other out. But the
Yeah.
Kings have to do the same thing on their level. They have to filter out the people that look like are going to be delivering BS.
Hold on a minute. I don't. I agree, but disagree with that because the audience does that for them. They have such a bigger audience that the book doesn't fund. They're not going to go, well, maybe it's because your book looks like shit. They're just gonna be like, "Oh, bro, sorry, that sucks, man. Didn't fun. Sorry. Try harder." You know what I mean? We'll help you if we
I'll
can.
play that up. Like Narwhal. The lettering that I see in Death Raider would fit his book fine because that's the way his art is. It's very abstract, very not,
I disagree with that.
You do?
That artwork, that lettering was sucked on every level.
I don't think it would even look good with Narwhal's art.
But it works for the book. But I'm just trying to make it correlate here.
Narwhal's art needs to be more his lettering needs to be more expressive because his artwork is so what was that
point?
What's the expressionist? What is that thing called? It's like when you're doodling an image and you're doing the rough image and it's a gesture drawing, right?
Okay.
Narwhal's art is a dumbed down it's like a simplistic gesture drawing. That's what it is. And so his lettering needs to be even more expressive.
Right. Oh, Matt Merck says, "What's up with Cobalt 3? Cobalt is rad. Dude, as soon as I get Brother Kit done, I am going straight back to Cobalt and getting 3 and 4 out." They're just waiting. Waiting for this one to get done.
All right. I'm going to try and take a stab at the logo on the Brother Kit because I agree. I think I told you the same thing when I first saw it. It looks cool, but it's hard to read.
It's just that it was Ollie 656 that did it for me, so I wanted to use it because I still like it. And when you actually like blow it up onto the actual cover, like I showed, I like it, but I understand the criticism. Now I am taking into consideration the criticism of making a $15 comic and turning it into 25. I will do that. I'll take that critique.
I think that's a good idea, and just make it, add perks or something in there to make it worth 25 because you'll fund a lot faster.
Brother Kit 2 will come after Cobalt 3 and 4, and maybe another project I've got burning because Cobalt is my base for Tailend Studios.
As far as my furries, mind your own damn business there, Mo. I'm drawing my own furries, thank you very much. In fact, I'm making a whole
pull out a possum.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, that thing is thick.
This is all my my doodles.
You got a lot of doodles. Hang on. Let me
can you go full on that?
All right, hold on.
I decided,
and I've got more binders. Okay, I'm just gonna I've got
it's good
doodles
it's
out
awesome
the ass.
art.
God damn it! Out the ass. Lots of doodles and furries.
John Malin actually talked about that one with the cheeseburger.
Holy shit! Dude,
I've got
Peter,
so many fucking doodles in this thing.
That's how many comic books worth of drawings is that?
Hell yeah, man!
Oh, a lot. And speaking of furries, I do have my furry stuff in there too.
Everybody does it.
Where was that?
Appreciate it, Bat.
Yeah. Anyway,
Peter has been working on his new persona self-insert IP, Freddy Fruit Bat. He lives in Peter's Orchard.
Persona.
I swear.
So.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Cole King says, "Dude, this isn't that difficult. Send out a digital copy to every backer with an apology and honest explanation about what happened. Most people will understand and give you a break. Keep the shipping and printing money to help out with their financial issues. Don't ever crowdfund again." I agree with that. And then there's my comment.
That's the Cole King that's here?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, back down. You raised $32,000. That's enough money for 6 to 8 months of living expenses. A 64-page book can easily be done during 6 to 8 months. Also, over 30K puts you in the top 10% of comic book campaigns. 90% of campaigns don't break 10. Yeah.
There you go.
Stefan's son. Yes.
Who said that?
Stefan's
son. I don't know where he's at, but dude, get him talking about this shit too.
I like
Hitting
that.
Hard, buddy.
And then we got Bill in with the big long one here with PDFs, basically. Damn, hope things get better. And then there's mine. My comment. We all understand that life hits hard sometimes. If there's any real chance that you can deliver this book, then your backers, myself included, will understand and wait for fulfillment. However, if realistically this is just not possible, then the right thing to do is refund everyone and call it a day. Also me. If you want to explain everything, come on our live stream tonight. We will be talking about it like fucking crazy, and it will be nice to hear from you. And I sent him a link.
Nice.
I feel like that's a lot of Peter's conversations. He ends up just talking to himself.
Yeah.
You should see Peter's DMs to himself.
Yeah. My Facebook page is nothing but me talking to myself. Anyway, so that is Debt Raider.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, guys, but I'm saying this thing's DOA.
I don't think anyone's getting shit. I think he's just gonna, especially after tonight. I think he's gonna maybe make another update saying "fuck you all, I'm taking everybody and running," or he's just not gonna respond and just take everybody and run.
What you think, Stan?
If we're taking votes, leave a comment in the comment section down below. What's the over/under on no comment or?
This thing ain't going anywhere.
He's making when he says my peers' campaigns totals are dropping with every new release. That's him saying, I'm watching that everybody else is doing bad too. It's not just me. It's not my shitty book.
I fucking hate that tactic. You're just deflecting and redirecting.
Yep.
Crowdfunding
is such bullshit.
Crowdfunding is nearly dead. Are you kidding me, bro? Like, it's been picking up lately, and it's exciting, man. We got some really cool shit coming out.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we got a whole new slew of books from the Kings.
Yeah,
we got the Inglorious Rex, that new anatomic book coming out.
Yeah, Dark Harvest is fulfilling.
We just got
now.
Graveyard Shift 5, delivered. So he's like ready for. He just did Godlike 2, right?
Yep.
So where's Graveyard Shift 6 coming out in the next month or so? We've got I'm assuming, by the way, that's just me speculating, because John Malin's like clockwork, dude. He's every year you can expect something, and it's time. Mm-hmm. We got Mandy Summers, Gemshock, like heading to printers. That book's coming out soon. We've got the Ethan Van Sciver's Dark Harvest is shipping right now.
Benjamin Soto's book is launching next month. As
Ben Soto's book,
nice.
A lot of people are launching next month. It's crazy.
That's right. I'm excited for Ben Soto's book here, because his other two books are really cool. And he came on the show. We talked about it. Keep an eye out, everybody who's watching. Yeah. Ben Soto here's book looks badass. He's coming out in July.
He has a campaign on Fund My Comic called Tricks and Treats Volume 2. I highly recommend it. It's a horror thriller genre. I highly love this book, man. It is an anthology. Go check it out.
We got Zombie Boys too. Zombie Boys book, Subscribe Hero. Boy. That's coming out. That's going to be launching pretty soon. I can't wait to back that book.
Indiegogo? Yes.
Yeah, Polar Destroyer just finished up, I think, and I don't know when it's going to fulfill, but that book looks cool. What else, man? There's like so much. Merkmaid's going to be coming out soon.
Gemshock's coming out soon. Next month. Dude, it is the summer of making books happen. I don't understand.
Rob Hunter. Crowdfunding is not dead. It gets better than ever.
This is the summer of working in the factory, bro.
Yeah, just go get a job in a factory and you can afford to buy a book. And not make a book, I guess.
Is Lady Man asking me?
What?
What's my book? Dude.
Cobalt was the first two books.
Ethan talked about my book on his channel. It's Brother Kit.
do
Anybody
love
who
the
wants
logo.
to get their hands on that, there is a link in the description of the video down over here. If you're watching
Yeah.
after the fact, jump in on it now.
But it's not going to be $15 because he's adding more to this campaign. So 15 would be just way too cheap. He's going to have to charge more. So that's
It's going to be
a little
32,000.
misleading.
more, but
Yeah,
we are still talking about other
32,000.
people's books. I don't like promoting on my own channel my shit, okay? So we have Bench Soto saying that his new book's called Cephas. It's a vampire revenge story.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we just got the Nexus Omnibus, which got like over 100 grand, Rob, because it's awesome. It's an omnibus. It's Nexus. People like Nexus because people like they holy shit. My
What
brain's
just happened?
fucking. They like Mike
see that?
Barron.
It just-
They like Steve Root. Sorry, the alcohol just went straight to my brain. We like Mike Barron and Steve Root. They're great people if you watch either one of them. Nexus is awesome. That omnibus is highly anticipated. Like, people want it. 100 grand for that book because it's awesome. It's not their first book either, their first campaign.
Right.
They worked
Yeah,
for
sorry,
this.
Rob. You can't blame somebody else on this. This is not somebody else's fault. This is not somebody else's issue. This isn't an issue with the crowdfunding. It's not an issue with the creditors, and it's not an issue with the printers or the people who are buying into this. This is
Or
on
the
you.
hurricane, or the sickness, or the yeah. It's on you.
Fuck yeah. But if you do
And
want to
then-
go check out Brother Kit, the link is in chat now.
There you go. You got to put it in the description too,
I
man.
hate
Yeah,
doing
you got to
that,
put it in the
but
description of the video, man.
It was asked. It was asking me, "What's your book?" So
Well, if,
anyway,
and my book has not been announced. I haven't posted any images of it because I don't.
no,
It's
you
out
want to
there.
share it in the back rooms, and it's going to be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and I can't share anything about it because if I do, then it's like half the. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I am
man.
already I am not even lying. I am nipping I'm nipping at the toes on this one. Like, if this doesn't happen in Rob Hunter timeline, like, I'm jumping on this and making this happen. It's not going to be anywhere near as good. But like, I want to steal this idea.
Yeah, that I've never heard of anything like it, and it is going to be a good idea. It's like something that pops out. It doesn't look like Iron Man. It doesn't look like Wolverine. It doesn't look like zero 3D assets. Zero, like, I don't even fucking use photo reference. Like, I don't trace. I draw straight from the mind. I don't use a computer. I draw with these motherfuckers, dude. Which I have to buy these things like crazy. These little Sakura ink brush pens because they don't last very long. And my Copic set doesn't either. Like, I actually like the brush pens more than I like Copics, and I bought these. They're badass, but
Peter actually did a redesign for one of my characters for my space opera book that I got on the back burner as well, and he fucking knocked it out of the park. I can't show it off yet, but dude, I fucking
it's like
love that
most
piece.
of my artwork I can't show because it's like, oh, if until I get the book to, like, I want to get the book as much finished as I can,
Right.
and that way I'm like, I don't feel comfortable asking for money until I've got a lot of shit ready to go, and I'm confident that there's nothing that'll stop it from happening. So
All right,
I
so-
don't want to release shit until then.
This one's from a guy that we picked up a while back from one of our open mic nights that we did, like when we
Yeah.
first started out. This was from Zombie Boy. His name's James Belknap. It's called Subscribe Hero. And this, if you like Rick and Morty, sign up for this
Yeah.
fucking book, because this thing is batshit crazy.
What was it? We were looking at some of the artwork and we're like, what
Yeah.
is this about? But then there was like one page or 2 pages where we're like, that looks kind of cool. And then he's on here talking about it.
Right.
And we're like, bro, you are not showing. He started showing us some of his, like,
Yeah.
the other pages. And we're
Yeah,
like, why
I don't
isn't
wanna
that
show off
on the
video
campaign?
Because the video does not do justice to what the book's actually about. But I love
Yeah.
that title font. I love the art on the cover. This thing is, it's hilarious. I love the gift.
It is a
suit.
hilarious idea.
I love the character.
The concept,
seducer.
everything behind
It's
it is
all
just-
the-
Yeah,
Chef's
this
kiss.
is one of the ones that I'm like really excited about, and I can't wait for it to launch because I want to back it.
yeah. This is a
Pitter
sleeper.
Patter 2, Pitter Patter 2's next year. We're gonna be blasting that one, but That one's coming out next year. That's gonna be another one. Subscribe Hero. What's another
It's a
one we're all
sleeper.
excited about right now?
Yeah. As a
Ben
matter of
Soto's
fact,
book. What was it do with Dragon Rage?
Matt's Bat says definitely 90% finished before launch. Yeah, it'll get there. Don't
Yeah.
you worry about that.
Yeah, and
Links
then
in
once
the
you
chat
get
if you actually wanna go
comfortable,
check it out. But Subscribe Hero, that's going to be one for the books, 100%.
yeah,
Roman
and like,
Joe's up in here. What's going on, Joe?
what's up, Ro?
Hey there.
Joe Sontag.
Glad to
I'm
finally
not calling
have
him
you
Ronan.
here.
I know he wants us all to call him Ronan Joe, but I've already been programmed to call him Joe Santag, so I'm not calling you Ronan.
Dude, Reaper Destroyer was awesome. I'm waiting on Reaper Destroyer 2. I see you working on it right now.
No shit, that's one I want to see.
I'm sorry. Rob Hunter is wrong. Crowdfunding is not dead. It is well on its way to skyrocketing again. We just had
Yep.
the dip. The graph is going to go back up this summer. It's insane.
Yeah, this year, man, it's coming back.
Let's see. It's okay that you kept my reveal of Peter's title. I didn't realize he was keeping it under wraps. Oh, he's talking about
My
that's
furry
hilarious.
book. Yeah, what was it?
Yeah.
Peter
Freddy
Fibers
Fruit
R Us. Oh, Freddy Fruit Bat. That's
Yeah, man.
That's a good one, actually, dude. I might take that. I have a
That's
bat
great.
character. Hold on a second. I think I have a character.
Yeah.
That's a bat that I haven't named yet in here.
Yeah. Subscribe Hero. Go sign up on that one. Surprise Zombie Boy with how many signups he has on it because it's going to be hilarious. Rick and Morty style book. Check it out.
Yeah, man. Are we talking about the other guys at all? Because I know we're at 1 hour and 42 minutes, and we still got Jimmy Reyes. Jimmy Reyes is not
dude.
as egregious. He just came out and shit on CG
Yeah,
on his
why?
way out the door because he's like, you know what? I don't want to pay for colors or whatever the fucking reason is.
That's right. That's because everybody Dragon Rage quits and takes the money.
That's right. So what are some black flags to watch out for?
Some
Personality
black flags to watch out
defects?
for? I would say if you're a first timer, people are going to be suspicious of you, which is why you've got to have that art ready to go in the first place. Like
That's a
like
good one.
Peter's art right there. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
What the hell is that?
I
think
have
that's
no
Lizzo.
idea, dude.
That's Lizzo as an alien.
I get bored sometimes, and I just start drawing like weird shit. Oh, can't show you that one. Like this one here.
Your art very much has that like Ren and Stimpy and Adult Swim type art to it.
I was looking for my bat character. I have a bat character in here somewhere, but
Oh, you do?
it's like chronological, so I'm not sure exactly where it would be.
It's okay. You don't have to take all the time.
So Jimmy Reyes,
Jimmy Reyes,
he found Jesus after Dragon Rage quitting.
apparently.
So I don't know the
know.
whole story with Jimmy because I missed it. I was out that week or that day because shit happens by the day sometimes. And all of a sudden, Jimmy Reyes is out. Like he was going to print his book, then it was in black and white. All of a sudden, everyone got mad that he sent it to the printers for black and white,
Right.
and then he's like, "Well, I can't afford a colorist," so they're like, "Well, then let's raise it at a little bit extra money on a second chance or something to get you a colorist." He's like, "Well, I'm just going to color it myself." Well, if that was an option, then why the fuck didn't he go to the printer, color it, and send it to the printer? Like, there's a lot of inconsistencies happening with Jimmy, and then eventually he's just like, "I hate CG; they're toxic," and like something along those lines. And
You
then
only
he quit.
hate CG because it didn't serve you the way you thought it would.
Exactly. How many times does that happen? You know, though I didn't get what I wanted out of CG.
Because that's all I got to give.
It's Ethan's fault, or it's Mandy's fault, or
Oh, fuck that.
it's
The
somebody
creditors.
else. Yeah, I mean, it is Cecil's fault. It's always Cecil's fault. But aside from Cecil, it's nobody else's fault.
Right. Mo Big says a portrait is not the only service Peter would provide Lizzo for $5.
No, $5, bro? Are you kidding me? I got at least 50 cents to make up for there.
Oh shit! Is that finger in the butt? Yeah, that was talking about his art. Oh man. Yeah, the Jimmy Reyes thing, I only heard it from the corner in my peripherals. He like promised a colored book, then it came out black and white, and he still had to do like a second campaign for that black and white to take place. It's because you dipped with the money on the first go around. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then coming
bullshit.
out against CG, like, oh, CG's toxic or whatever the fuck he said. He came out and shit on CG and then left, I guess, delete his campaign. From what I understand, he did actually fulfill that book. Am I wrong? I don't know. I didn't back Dragon Rage because
I believe it was who was it that said that they actually got the book? I believe it was Ladies Man. Ladies Man got his Jimmy Reyes book. It was black and white. He said it was good.
That's
CG
cool.
needs thicker skin. Yeah, it
Yes,
does. Well,
definitely.
a few people need thicker skin. You need thick skin if you're going to be in the CG game. That's just the way
A
it
lot
is.
of people need thicker. Everybody needs thick skin.
Seriously,
You're on
yeah,
YouTube,
you need thick skin if you're dealing with money. Like, if you're in the factory making the lowest wage you've ever made in your life, you probably still need thick skin.
No shit.
Yeah, factory. Probably. Well, he's got tough hands now. He's on that factory floor.
Mo Big says, I've been lucky. I've only backed one book that I'm pretty sure I'm never getting.
I've got a couple. Roken. We could talk about Roken. I was warned from the creator the day that we had him on Dojo's channel, like way over a year ago at this point. Roken was a book that looked like it was a heavy metal magazine. Like, it looked like heavy metal magazine. But the book was only $10. The dude was in England, and he wasn't even charging shipping. So I knew. I was like, I'm not going to get this book, am I? He was on the show, and he's like, oh, no, you'll get your book. I'm like, I'm not going to get this book.
But I'm not really going to.
Here's $10.
I'm still waiting on Black Flag. I'm still waiting on Krishna Kid from Common Mark. I'm still waiting on Egg Beater from Ali Sanguis. I'm still waiting on Caius Blood and Stone from Ryan Cardinal.
You backed Egg Beater?
I backed Egg Beater, man.
Oh man. Okay. I mean, it's maybe it's good. Maybe I'm wrong about that one.
It's fucking Sweeney Todd with a new DLC on top of it. That's all it fucking is.
Allie was really mean to me in one of her chats one day. I didn't do anything to her. I started popping in when she was on there with what's his name? With the hat guy. You know what I'm talking about?
The hat guy.
Yeah, the bowler hat guy or whatever, the English bloke. I don't know why. No, Ali Sanguis was the Ali in hockey.
Oh, you're talking about hockey.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Hockey. I'm sorry, I didn't remember your name, but it's been over a year since we've chatted, man. We never did those draw streams together like you promised, and I forgot your name. It's Hockey. Ali and Hockey.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him either, Joe. It's a fucking problem.
Allie said some really mean thing to me in that chat. When I was in her chat, I was just saying, hey, look at the fungus on the toe you're looking at. Because she would look at gross shit on her channel. And she was just like, I don't remember. She said something really shitty.
Mo Big says, I've always gotten along with Allie, but I don't avow anyone saying mean things to Peter. That's
right.
Cool.
It's not cool, man. I was like the sixth person in her chat.
Never getting sovereign? Oh, that's sad. I didn't back that one. Yeah, I'm still waiting on Amarok. I tried to reach out to the creator of Octopus Cowboy 2 because I never got mine because I moved in that time. I tried to ask him for an extra book. I would even pay for it, but he never answered back. I loved the first Octopus Cowboy.
That one did look cool.
Awesome. And I want the second one. When he comes out with the third one, I'm going to get it, but I still want my number 2.
I still need to go back. Bolt Action, is that the one? 1, 2,
Bolt
3?
Action, yeah.
Yeah, that one looked cool.
Bolt Action,
and that other one,
good. 2 and 3 are
Bolt Action.
Bolt Action 1 is great. 2 and 3 are good. It does do a little bit of a decline, but it's still awesome the way they set up their anthology. It's done like an old cinema movie. I really like it. Bolt Action, it's over on Fund My Comic. I highly encourage you because it's a storefront. The books are already ready to go. Just go grab them. They're great. You'll love them. But let's see. Mo Biggs, he says, thank you. Peter is very sensitive and prone to crying.
Yeah. Mhm.
He was
It
hanging out with
happens
Gojo
sometimes.
too much.
I mean, you saw the stream. Y'all saw it.
I'll hit
Also
up Brian.
that
He's
shit.
drawing a backstory in Six Gun. Yeah, that's cool. But I'm telling you, yeah, that was a
So
horrible
Jimmy
take
was-
on. The horrible take is comics. Comic funding is dying. There's no way crowdfunding is going away, man. You just
It's
got to
getting
put out
bigger.
good shit that people want.
And we're trying over here to talk about all the cool books. We're looking at stuff. We're reviewing stuff between our channels, our two channels. Next week, we're on my channel, by the way. That's Peter Orchard Studios on
Oh
YouTube.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Next week.
we've not slimmed it down to we're only doing them once a week. We are switching out weeks. This week's me. Next week it's going to be over on Peter Orchard's channel, Peter Orchard Studios. I highly recommend it. It's the same funky shit that we get over to in here. We
I'm
just
gonna go look at some
We're
books.
trying to help each other out.
Look for these black flags to look out for. And we talk about it all the time. Like, oh, man, this book looks... It's got some things that make me a little concerned that
Yeah,
I'm not going to get this book. We looked at the origami, Orion or whatever. That was one that I couldn't get over. That campaign blew my mind. Now, he is out making the rounds right now for the Call Sign Orion comic book. But before, he had... And that dude looks like a pretty cool dude. Like, I think you're going to get that book. Is it good? I don't know.
if it funds, you'll get it.
Yeah, but I don't think he's the kind of guy that's going to sit there and cry about it if it doesn't make 30 grand, you know?
No, he'll be like one of the ones that just like slowly fade out. I think like he'll go away without causing a ruckus.
You know
That's
those
not my
spaceships? His first campaign, which was weird because before the comic, he had a campaign selling 3D printed spaceships that looked like origami folded up paper. And he was dipping them in paint and selling for like $40. Well, we called it out because we didn't even know what the hell that was for. There was no comic book. There was no reference for what the hell this was for.
That's not it, Mo.
No. Like,
Oh shit.
no. Anyways, we looked at that, and then the book came out and explains. And you know what he's doing with all the origami ships now? He's
What?
giving them away. He's giving all the extra ones away with the first set of backers.
Dude,
Until
I
they're
watched
gone.
his launch stream. That actress that he has that posed for his trading card, total bullshit marketing tactic.
She's
She
cute.
was more invigorated and energetic than he was for his own book on that stream. It was.
I
fucking
think he's
ridiculous.
getting used to it though, because his second stream when he was over on Valkyrie or whatever, whoever's he did next after that one, he was a little more energetic and a little bit more like he's getting the groove down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think the
Yeah.
book. I don't know. I'm curious to see if that book ends up being any good because I'm not sold on it yet. I don't care what actress, how cute she is, that's posing for this trading card. I'm like, you got to do more than that to sell me on like how much was it? Like a $15, $20 book.
Yeah.
The book has to look
it's
good.
just like one trading card she's posing for.
Yeah, Call Sign Orion, the comic. Here's Bolt Action. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a storefront now. Don't worry about the fun. Oh, well, this one's still contributing, but I got all three off of one of the campaigns that they have up. And they didn't even wait for it to actually fulfill all the way. They actually sent me 1, 2, and 3 right out the gate. So the books are ready to go. You just got to get in there and get them.
He's
His
got a
art is
couple that I
amazing.
want. There's the Bolt Action 1, 2, 3, and 4 because he's got a 4. But then there's also the other one. I can't remember the name of the other one that I was even more interested in looking at the sci-fi one. These look
This art
cool,
is
man.
gnarly.
I do love the. There's just so much movement. There's so much stuff going on.
This is comic book art. This is what
Yeah.
a comic book is supposed to look like. I mean, granted, it's subjective, but that looks fucking cool, man. That gets me like, yeah, I gotta read this.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones that, like, if you're an artist, you look at this and you're like, "Oh, I want to go draw now."
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, the premise of the book was cool. It's like a movie. It's like a rundown haunted movie theater selling tickets for the soul to go on an adventure or something, right?
And the cool thing is that they actually send you cutouts of tickets to go along for the ride in the book.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's a really clever, cool idea. And he's got several going. And he's not on Twitter crying about how it's horribly underfunded and he's going to have to go bankrupt and sell his house and the lien is about to expire and his fucking insurance.
I got a question for you on this. Yeah. On the funding on that, it said, is it like $1,200, $1,300, something like that? Does that include the shipping?
No, there is shipping added on later at checkout, but it's still a good bargain for bolt action. I highly recommend this comic.
I hear these guys complaining about this stuff, and I just can't. Like I've done I've done business stuff before. I've done business management and stuff, and I don't see how you are not profitable with something like this. Even like $1,200, it might not be like you're buying a new house.
It's because you're you're not doing the streams. You're not doing the rounds like you should. Like if you don't have an audience,
social media,
you're gonna do low counts.
Yeah.
Not very many people are just scrolling through Indiegogo and Fund My Comic looking for something to buy.
I understand like the marketing aspect. Not some people are going to be better at marketing. Some comic books are going to be easier to market than others. So I completely understand that aspect of it. But if somebody told me that I could make $1,300 on 27 backers, I do not see how that, if that doesn't count the shipping, I don't see how that is a fail. I don't see how that is not.
That $1,200, that's not going to count the shipping because that's all individual.
And
I don't think that gets added to the tally.
And that's $1,200. That's like starting a foundation of something. Like if you have 5 or 10 of these comic books that are each doing $1,200, and
Jake,
if some of them are making more, like if you're talking about $32,000, what the fuck, man?
If you go up, Jake, that's $1,200 for just the books, right? The purchases of the campaigns.
Are you guys paying $1,200?
What I'm look up.
Yeah.
Look
you're
up.
talking about $1,246 is what they've raised.
All right, $1,250, but the shipping.
Look right here, storefront, no end date. The books are ready to go. I already got my 3. They're good to go. You can count on it.
The fuck happened to my camera? Did I just blink out of existence?
Yeah, you blinked out. You and your fucking internet.
So if you included shipping to that $1,250, that could be like $3,000 easy.
Right.
Maybe more. Like you might be paying more than the book with the shipping in some certain cases.
And these books are thick too, and it's like that 80 grade paper. It's real heavy, so it's heavy duty. It's not going to tear easily like some of that newspaper print. These things are built to last, and you kind of need them to because there's a lot going on. Now you see the front covers. You see a lot of the TNA.
I thought you were going to make a sticky pages joke.
That's just the first book. The second and third book get away from that, which I highly am thankful for because I'm not into that Kickstarter shit. But it is a good cover. I do like it, and the interiors, it's awesome. It's anthology in cinematic form, like the old school, like 40s and 50s theaters. It's really awesome. I highly recommend this.
Yeah, you know what I would highly recommend if they do a second or third, whatever. The next time this book is available, and maybe this will be a part 2. Kit Carter.
Yes.
This book. Yeah, man. This was one of my favorites. This book was awesome.
It was fun. And the art's fantastic. I love that shot. That's even a poster.
Yeah, man. I love this book. That is beautiful artwork. Is that Dan Lawless? Yes, it is. Look at that. So this book, freaking awesome.
See,
as soon as the next one comes out, I'm backing this, dude. I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'd ever stop backing this book.
When you're done backing the Kings or whoever you are the audience of, go and just look through Indiegogo and Fund My Comic and just go down the different campaigns and just see what's available. You'll see a lot of shit that you're probably not into, but when you find those diamonds in the rough, those are gold when I find those.
Yeah. One comes to mind.
Bring it out.
Go ahead.
Bring it out.
Do it.
Pitter patter. Yes.
This book was one of the biggest surprises ever. This book was really good, man. This book is worth backing right now. And this guy didn't make no $30,000. He was happy to make just a couple $1,000s to print and send this book out to as many people as possible. This is worth every penny of this book, man. And then when he has the second one coming out next year, hopefully he'll have this one, which is the precursor to that one. Well, this is the first book. Hopefully he'll have this available on there as well, because this is also a very funny book.
Link in the chat for Pitter Patter. The art is going to throw you off to where you don't back it, but it fits the story. That is what's so hilarious about this book.
Yeah.
This is the precursor to this book, and he's coming out with a part 2, and I cannot wait, man. It's like psycho cult leaders with superpowers, manipulating people, and like coming of age story. Like it's fucking set in a musical.
No spoilers, but you might want to get up to date with the story on this, because the next issue is going to have some phenomenal actors.
Oh yeah, they're going to be great in some commercials. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be food something, I think, is what he told me.
So
I gotta prepare for the poses.
There's a lot of people that say that they don't back anybody else, but like some certain creators or whatever. And I understand that you've been burned, but don't let the burning like take you out for the whole year. Try a couple guys. Try a few newcomers. Try people that have actually like put out a couple books already, because you might be missing out on something. And if you don't like what I'm saying,
we just wish you would get the hell out of my face! Get out of my face!